Welcome to a special coffee with yours truly, Adrian Hana Dragon, androgynous pansexual founder of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom. This is gonna be a special cup of coffee because we got some honey, and we're gonna, of course, go back in time during COVID and explore my Facebook groups posts and everything that I've did on the work on the Facebook channel since I've been having a bit of an issues. And of course, keep in mind that put a lot of things in public, and of course I am open for business, triple vaccinated. Please increase in hygiene in public as an independent artist, independent activist, independent athlete, triple A plus other dimensions to that trinity of being an independent athlete, artist and activist, geopolitical analyst and theorist, philosopher, and yours truly, the world's greatest living dancing millennial rainbow poet with some brain and some muscle, who's not perfect, does not play self-righteous rock and roll. It is Sunday, ending the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom Sabbath, which of course begins Friday. I'm just gonna put this on the heater. Keep it warm for the second cup. Second cup. Gonna give a shout out to the workers of past, present, and futures of Hydro Quebec here, as I am of course a Quebecer, Canadian, North American, was born twice in the past lives in the USA. Universal spiritual teaching student who is not perfect, as I was born twice in past lives in the United States of America. As a matter of fact, 156 years ago, 718 miles south of Hakala, Montreal, I raised this cup for my theories. CIT Citizen Integration Theory, Heterofusion Theory, and Democratic Fusion Theory, that Trinity of Theory to be implemented via the fourth dimension, LOV, and love is also action. So from Quebec, Montreal, Metropolis Island, 2.5 million people, to Quebec, coast to coast, Canada, coast to coast, and throughout the collective North American civilization, which of course is one of my geopolitical theories that I believe in, that I've presented as part in parallel with my thesis called The Privilege of Civilization. So shout out to the workers who built 63 dams across this label province in the past, and of course who now, thanks to who now I have this light so I can light it on my face, and to do this video posted on YouTube with clean, zero pollution energy that is environmentally friendly, and to heat my coffee cup. Cup of coffee, une tasse de café, chez nous dans la grotte du dragon arc-en-ciel, on vous aime. Spoke a little bit of French, and of course, I am, of course, also a philosopher, French philosopher, Quebecer philosopher, and this honey, I'm grateful to have it. Shout out to the government who made the initiative to send a few $100s. I'm grateful that to those initiative to fight inflation and address growing economic, financial, commercial crises, the economic crisis that we're going on, and I am in a financial crisis, although I'm open for business. I am in debt about $10,000 to the RBC, Royal Bank of Canada, and of course the government. I own about $1,800 at this point now. Since in January I took off of my financing, took off more than 100, so it's decreasing the debt, but I'm calling for the DRT debt refusing to be implemented. And so grateful to the farmer who harvested this honey, that I'm able to sweeten it, begin the year with honey. It's been a while that I haven't had honey, and I haven't bought honey for months, and now I'm grateful that I'm able to sweeten this cup of coffee, and for a sweet new year, healing, and transformation. And of course I've been through my own share of suffering, pain, being depressed and suicidal, no longer depressed and suicidal, challenging Tyson Fury because I heard he was the best. Gonna work out, train, exercise hard, wrapping up, completing my fitness journey in this coming days, weeks, and months. Not that many months, as I'm challenging Tyson Fury, of course, fighting a boxing match on somewhere in the world, maybe Hawkeye, Montreal, maybe somewhere in XYZ area, perhaps probably here on Hawkeye, Montreal, because he can fly, he can afford flying, and I wouldn't be able to take a plane right now because it costs money. But what is money? What is money fundamentally? It is a unit of exchange to buy, sell, as I am, of course, calling for the implementation of my theory, which I do believe in public-private partnership with all financial institutions, commercial banks, public banks, and central banks, and of course my astrological brother Bill Gates, which I'm calling on the support for Microsoft, Facebook, Google, and all the high-tech to work together with the governments for this public-private partnership and this great work for world peace, which is my dream manifesting, my world peace dream manifesting as the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom, of which yours truly is the androgynous pansexual founder thereof, right from this Hawk Island, Montreal, and who is not perfect, far from it. Has some issues, has some vices. I admit I love my BDSM switch, and if I would marry somebody, it would be my anonymous sister, who's been my family for many years now, a friend who I'd let her give her half of $1 million if I make, $1 billion if I make, or $1 trillion if I make, of nominate my anonymous sister as the viceroy of the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, as the prime chief general of all the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, and the Phoenix People's Party, which I'm calling the foundation of the 21st century. And of course, yours truly, grateful for this cup of coffee, this honey, do a meditation together with yours truly was thanks to the bees, big kisses to the bees. Mother Nature is the greatest artist and activist. Mother Nature is the greatest scientist and artist. Mother Nature is the greatest artist and scientist. And of course, as the universal spiritual teaching student, I do say the word goddess, GODDSS, in my assessments. And of course, to my dancing goddess army, which I'm calling the Creation Public Private Partnership. Please, NFL National Football League, NHL National Hockey League, NBA National Basketball Association, MLB, please give half. At least maximum or 10% minimum, 10% minimum, 10%. Half preferably of all the finance players and owners. So that we, for the 21st century, a public and a private partnership together, so that we build the Dancing Goddess Army, officially the International Integrated Dance League, as I am the world's greatest dancer, and in partnership and collaboration in a cooperative covenant way with the Dragon Army, officially the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka that I'm calling all to support via the public-private partnership. Fundamentally, that dream, world peace dream of the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Kingdom is fundamentally, in essence, a public and a private partnership, which I am, of course, calling all to support in any way, shape, capacity, or form. And we're going to go rock and roll. Look at my social media on the Facebook, the groups, of course, my involvement with on Facebook. And of course, I am a hobby rapper as well. On Instagram, I dedicated to my hobby rapping for world peace first and foremost. I'm underground rapper, the best rapper. Nobody knows it yet, but 2023, if I make $1, we'll give half to my sister. The world peace. And of course, world peace, we gotta channel and sublimate. Those words are two key words of my philosophy to be applied, is channeling and sublimating. The aggression, the violence, because sometimes we are moved by subconscious forces, willy-nilly forces. Myself, of course, do not remember much of my childhood, early adolescence, early adulthood. I remember mostly the 7, 8, 9, 10 or so, 11 years. And like I said, my anonymous sister friend who was been my family for many, many years, I nominate anonymously to be the viceroy of the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. And of course, to all my willing, loving allies and armies who are willing to be my allies, armies, friends, supporters, thou art de facto family. To all my willing, loving allies and armies who are willing to be supporters, fans, thou art de facto family. Pledge your allegiance, legions, all allies, armies, fans, supporters are de facto my family, so pledge your legions, for the greater good, right from the collective North American civilization. We have the privileges of civilization, which are multiple interconnected, intersected privileges, such as my privilege now to use the internet, to can go online, to go, of course, look at news, discern, learn, Wikipedia, whatever it is that I do online, look on YouTube videos, fitness videos, look at Tyson Fury videos, look at my own videos, which are raw, real, revolution. And of course, I'm working with the camera that I have. It's more about the content of my dialogue than, of course, the actual quality of the videos. But nonetheless, today we're gonna rock and roll, as I'm calling for all to support this Sunday the implementation of my Trinity of Theories and via the fourth dimension. And that fourth dimension is LOV, as it's 4:11 p.m. here in the afternoon in Hawk, HAWK, Hawk Island, Montreal. We're gonna rock and roll. And I'm gonna take a look at all the videos that I posted on Facebook. I'm gonna go down to all the workouts, all the videos, not all perhaps, but at least in COVID, because of course I had COVID at the end of January 2020 until about February, mid-February or so. So it's gonna be 3 years. I had it at the beginning, at the onset, although we don't know, the origins are still mysterious and debated. And myself, I say that I have my Trinity on COVID. And of course, my Trinity on COVID has been, is, and will be this. So my Trinity on COVID is, first and foremost, I do not know what caused COVID. Second, I believe it was transmitted from snakes to human beings. And third, since I cannot rule out another possibility due to not knowing for sure, and although believing it was the transmitted from what's called zoonotic transmission via snakes, I believe. Some believe pigs, others bats. Bats is a popular. Bats is one of the most popular one out there, but of course it's not sure. I believe it's snakes, so I believe that it's from animals, snakes specifically, but I don't know for sure. There's third, I cannot rule out another possibility. But to that trinity on COVID, my belief is not supported by 100% proof. There's a doubt. So if there's a doubt, I cannot rule out another possibility, XYZ, whatever that other possibility is. An accident in a lab, a man-made virus accident, a bioweapon, that XYZ, or even a bioweapon for sure. So another possibility is a mistake in a lab, an accident, an other transmission from whatever the case may be, from another animal. So that's my belief. I believe it was transmitted from snakes to human beings, but it could be another animal like bats, pigs, or chicken, or seafood, or whatever the case may be, or fish, or whatever. So I believe in zoonotic, in other words. What's called the name, the terminology is zoonotic, ZOONITIC. So zoonotic means by animals. So but I don't know for sure. But what I do know for sure is that before COVID, about 93 days before I had it, and when I had it, end of January till about mid-February or so, I was very sick, ill, and disease. It was like death, pestilence, and disease. As I'm blessing my allies and armies with light, healing, protection, blessing my allies and armies with light, healing, protection, and I am blessing my allies and armies with light, healing, and protection. I was very sick. I was very sick for like 22 days. I thought I was gonna die. In many ways, I did die, because personally, for me, there's nothing that I want to go back to pre-COVID times. What I want to go back and what I want to move forward is yours truly being reborn, an androgynous pansexual founder of the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, Adrian Hanna Dragon, Adrian H. Dragonborn, as founder of the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, and the dragon empire is one with the dancing goddess empire, one kingdom. The dancing goddess and the dragon are one. The dragon and the dancing goddess cannot be split without two sides to a coin, like the sun and the moon, like two sides to a coin. So you gotta take one with the other, or stay somewhere in the middle, or take both together, and then both together. The dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom are one, and the dragon empire and the dancing goddess empire are one kingdom. And I'm calling all right here from support the dream of the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, the world peace dream, by creating the two complementary covenant and cooperative institutions, the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka the Dragon Army, to be a public-private partnership integrated with all existing public and private internet organizations and institutions, and to apply my philosophies and my theories, specifically the CIT Citizen Integration Theory, the DRT Debt Refusion Theory, which I believe can actually save the world. And as an independent financial theorist, I do believe that the debt refusion theory can actually save the world. The DRT Debt Refusion Theory, I believe in it with all my heart. That DRT, to work together with all, of course, fintech, and of course with all organizations and institutions. My astrological brother Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, I'm calling on you, even Elon Musk, and with all the things that are going on, I firmly believe on this, as I am a pro-labor, universal revolutionary centrist. It was not perfect, far from it. I love my BDSM BDSM switch. If I can bring pleasure in any way to my allies and armies, in any way, of course, sexuality is part of my my small sexual liberation. I've been in the open as being LGBTQ for many years, and of course I say freedom is not is a constant thing. That's we gotta secure and balance, and to address environmental issues and environmental causes, and of course by the application of my Trinity of theories, at least across the collective North American civilization, across NORAD and NATO member countries first, of course, first North America. I'll call US, Canada, Mexico, because tomorrow is the North American Summit, and of course I'm calling on the leaders, all public and private leaders in governments, Canada, United States, Mexico, and the private business, multi-millionaire CEOs and multi-millionaire owners of the sports leagues, and the athletes and the artists. I'm calling all from the citizen, of course, who is financially struggling, such as myself, to the farmers. And thank you, farmers, because everybody has to eat, even Wall Street. Everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street. Everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street. Everybody has to eat, right? It's a holy, sanctifying being. I'm being thankful that I have this honey, which was farmed in the city of Wotton, Wotton, here in Quebec, La Belle Province. So offer kisses, hugs, and tickles to the farmer who harvested this honey, and I'm grateful to having this sweet Sunday to be able to enjoy this cup of coffee and look over some of my videos and everything, the work that I've did on Facebook that I put open source. Of course, I put my workouts, training and exercising, which of course I encourage all to work out, to train and to exercise. Working out, training and exercising has been, is and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. And I've lost 77 pounds as the people's athlete, the athlete for the people, for the farmers, workout for the truckers, for the butchers, for the bakers, for the nurses, for the ambulance drivers, for the public security workers, and of course all involved in the production and distribution of food, city sanitation workers, the people's athlete, the athlete of the people, and the world's greatest dancer. So he's got some brain and some muscle, who's not perfect. I'm a pro-labor, universal revolutionary centrist, and I am at the moment financially struggling, but I do have kisses. Kisses got 718 trillions of kisses, of course, which are credited to your studies with the condition by the goddess from above, who sent one kiss. That one kiss turned into those trillions of kisses from the goddess above to her sister, who dances with a bird of sun to make and create all foods, vegetables, and legumes and grains. My dad dance. The goddess who dances with a bird of sun. The sun now rises and now sets. The sun, my pope. And that kiss from above turned into 718 trillions of kisses. So I can kiss all my willingly loving allies and armies overtime, OT, overtime, and extra time. And can make all my willing loving allies and armies kiss millionaires, because kisses got trillions. A trillion is 1,000 billion, a billion is 1,000 million. So although in debt, owe $10,000 to the Bank of Canada, Royal Bank of Canada, that bank with a lion with a world logo, and of course to the government of Quebec, still about, I think, 1,800 now, 1,800 or about 1,800 now. I used to owe 2,200, so I paid about 500, or 400 and 488, I believe, about 500. Wrap it up to, I paid already 500 for my debt, about 500 more or less. And so, as it is 4:20 now p.m., somebody's gonna go smoke one legal. Go be ahead and enjoy. It's legal, of course, in Quebec, Canada. I smoke rarely, very once in a month, even rarely, and I haven't smoked in months and months and months. Legal cannabis, my medicine and therapies, working out, training, and exercising, which have been embarked on a fitness journey for many, many years, and I've created my own workout training program, of which paradoxically, if you don't know, and you will know here this video for the first time, or whatever the case may be, is that back in 2019, before COVID, about more or less 93 days, I've, as being an independent fitness captain on a fitness journey, and a poet, and an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist, and I am a great, super, and excellent geopolitical analyst and theorist. I am able to foresee trends and establish and connections between different events or trade or alliances which are formed on a regional, collective regions or geopolitical regions, and analyze historical events and the evolution of civilizations and nation states with their factors of production and economics and infrastructure and cultural dynamics and cultural inclinations, and of course spirituality, religion, part of it, and dissect and analyze different trends within different nation states and regions and civilizations as a whole. And back in 2019, my analysis concluded that we, humanity, as I've sounded the alarm, said we are again on a path towards an international conflagration, and so created, made, and designed and produced the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the Dragon Army workout, to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario, which in a nearly providential, paradoxical way resembled the COVID-19 health and financial crises. And back in 2019, I've started, and I've documented proof, of course, online of that event when I've done the first workout, officially called, which I recommend all to try. It's officially called the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the Dragon Army workout, and of course have performed 300 sessions of my own workout training program back in September 29th, when September 29th, back in September 29th, have of course created, made, and produced the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the Dragon Army workout, designed, made, and created to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario. You heard that correct, as a geopolitical analyst, and paradoxically, being a world peace advocate. So those are paradox of my work pre-COVID and during COVID. Is I've saw that COVID and even now with the Russia-Ukraine crisis, the war in Europe, first war in more than decades, a big war and economic financial crisis with inflation, highest inflation in more than 40 years, and economy more than 70 years, right? The potential for even nuclear conflict, highest it has been since the Cuban Missile Crisis of the 60s and the end of the Cold War, of course, in 1989. So we do have ICBM rockets, intercontinental ballistic missiles, and nuclear warheads and weaponry, which, of course, the United States and Russia back then for 42 years, representing sort of the East versus the West versus the East, from 1947 to about 1989, for more than 42 years, for more than 42 years, on both sides, mainly by the USSR, the Soviet Union, of which Russia has all the nuclear weapons which were produced by the Soviet Union, the USSR, the Soviet Empire, officially the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, right? The USSR, acronym United Soviet Socialist Republic, stands for USSR, the Soviet Union, and the USA for United States of America, right? USA versus USSR, or also as the Cold War, the East versus the West, or the countries of the NATO alliance, paradoxically the countries versus the Warsaw Pact. And the paradox which I've read, that historically the USSR has asked at some points to join NATO. Historically, the USSR at some points has asked her to join NATO. At some points, historically, the USSR has asked to join NATO. Historically, has asked to join NATO. The USSR, twice in history. That's another paradox. Decades apart from each other, I think in the 44 years apart, something like that, or 40 years apart, 42 years apart, they asked twice. So, as a geopolitical analyst and theorist, I've analyzed the situation in 2019 and have concluded that, of course, humanity, again, we're on a path towards an international conflagration, and so made, created, and produced the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, the Dragon Army Workout, of which I officially done more than 300 sessions on the 29th of September. Have completed 300 sessions of my own workout training program system, which requires no equipment, which is easy to make, and which to do. I mean, perhaps less easy for some, more for others, but it's an effective, efficient, simple program which enhances, increases general overall fitness, of which I am very proud to have created. I'm working to build the application, working for volunteers to build a Dragon Army app to work out, train, exercise, and I'm calling for the mass financing of people to encourage and incentivize people to work out, to train, and to exercise, to incentivize people to work out, to train, and to exercise, to incentivize people to work out, to train, and to exercise. As working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. And I'm not perfect, far from it, although I'm great at geopolitical analysis and dancing and poetry. At some things I admit I am mediocre, at some things I admit I am average, at some things I admit I'm so-so, and I admit I'm also mediocre, average, so-so, some things, mediocre, so-so, more or less, sometimes maybe even effing useless at some things, and I don't mind with consent, like I said, BDSM switch to my allies and armies, and if I can bring any pleasure in whatever by loving in whatever love capability, shape, or form, then of course I'm more than willing to do so. As it is 4:26 p.m. here in the afternoon. I was gonna go for the sunset soon, and I'm grateful, thankful that my rent's paid for the month of January. Rent has been paid fully paid my rent for the month of January, fully paid my electricity bill for the month, and fully paid half of my internet connection, since of course the internet now that I'm utilizing, it's a little bit of a privilege of civilization, such as this coffee. If you're not a farmer, you got farm privilege. If you didn't build the roads, we got transport privilege to use the roads, the highways, and the public systems, of such as I'm utilizing now, the electricity for the dam. So we got what I call the privileges of civilization, which are part of what I lectured in the past and will continue to lecture in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead. It's called the privilege of civilization. And so as I am here in this underground room of Sun Temple, I am calling for all willing living to support the implementation of my trinity of theories: the CIT citizen integration theory, the DRT democratic fusion theory, and the DRT the debt refusion theory, which has to come first. So the DRT is of course taking all private and public debt, such as myself as a private citizen of my debt. Dragon, who has now become Dragon, on September 29th, I'm officially gonna change my name, and I've started, and it's already for me changed, and just to do with the official gender name with Canada, and thus I'm inviting all Canadians coast to coast to support the dream of the dancing goddess and the Dragon Kingdom. But nonetheless, of course, I am, of course, mass advocating for the financing of people to work out, to train, exercise, and I've been putting open source my workouts, training programs for years now, and the fully with the whatever quality of the video. Like I said, it's not 100% about the quality, but it's more about the content and the voice. And if anybody supporters want to support blah blah in whatever shape, cape, form, or capacity, well, you please feel free to do so. And workout, train, exercise, I encourage all. Please increase in public hygiene. Please increase in public hygiene. Please increase in public hygiene, as I have this hand sanitizer, hand disinfectant, hand sanitizer, and hand disinfectant, which I encourage all to utilize and do when they go in a public building, which is not your private domain. Right here, I'm in my private dragon's lair, but when I step outside, I'm no longer just private citizen. I'm of course also public citizen, and private public citizen, and who's also not perfect, far from it. I am of course not without faults, not without getting moody or upset, but my medicine and therapy is working out, training and exercising, and health in all ways. It's spiritual, physical, of course physical, and mind, body and spirit, and sexual health is also very important, as I've analyzed my own sexuality, and sexuality for me is holy, sacred and divine. And if I can bring to my allies and armies, without my be praise your allegiance, whatever pleasure in any way, shape, of course, with consent and hygiene is the only thing that is required for me personally. Consent and hygiene and consent. By whatever I can do, I am more than willing to do so in any way, shape, capacity, or form to for me sexual pleasure, and it's holy, sacred and divine in my spirituality, and with consent all sexual expression and whatever sexuality is legitimate. And I am androgynous, pansexual, and I don't need to spy on me, RCMP, CSIS, and SPVM, whatever the case may be, FBI, Stasis, because Stasis are gone after 1989. I am androgynous, pansexual. I've been open about it, and I didn't watch. I used to watch more pornography, adult movies. I do not watch that much porn nowadays. I mean, I've been putting it for once every Sabbath. I stuck to that discipline and rule and regulation. I said I'm only going to watch during a Sabbath. So the Sabbath is ending as I'm speaking around 8 p.m. It's 44 hours from Friday midnight till Sunday about 8 p.m. So it's still officially the Sabbath, right? Closing the Sabbath slowly. And I this morning I just went a bit. I just looked at a few pages, but I didn't click on any pornography. So I was like, oh, no, and I just did my own masturbation and sexual fantasies, and I self-pleasured a bit. And it's part of it brought me some joy, and it's 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 a process. Sexual liberation has not been easy for myself. Has come with blood, sweat, and tears, and for Canadians, for North Americans, for those living in the complex North American civilization, for Western civilization, and for the world for that matter, as my LGBTQ Rainbow Nation across nation unites. And we still have a lot of ways to go. So if you don't need to spy on me, I love with consent and hygiene, Rainbow Dragon Adrian Hana Dragon loves BDSM Switch. Love BDSM Switch. But everything that involves fantasy and role playing, and whatever it is. I love the BDSM, the bondage, domination, and sadomasochism. The bondage, domination, sadomasochism, bondage, domination, and sadomasochism with consent and hygiene. Switch. Both I'm androgynous, pansexual, BDSM, switch lover. So with consent and hygiene, that's all that's required. And I haven't watched porn in a while, pornography. I said the discipline, so in the past weeks and months, and it's been quite a few months now, even close to getting to the year. I think still maybe now has reached a year and more than a year now. I've set to that discipline and rule and regulation. I said I'm only gonna watch adult movies, pornography from Friday midnight on the Sabbath until Sunday. And for world peace, I'm willing to do a lot of things such as pleasure with consent and hygiene, such as giving pleasure in any ways, capacity, or forms by all the categories of the PORN which I can fulfill, whether male or female, for world peace and for my willingly loving allies and armies. With consent and hygiene, I'm willingly loving to to do for my willing loving allies and armies to do and perform with consent and hygiene and world peace. And for the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? Willing to kiss first and foremost, do some push-ups, squats, workout, train, and dance, 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 and philosophize and write poetry and art, and that kind of summarizes it. So no need to spy on me. I'm financially in a crisis, and in a parallel life, I am a super scientist. So I've been connecting during COVID with my parallel self, or satellites, supercomputers, ICBM rockets, microchips, everything to do with smartphones and their computers is my chosen path in that parallel life. I'm a super scientist building satellites. As I'm calling for the North American Dragon public-private partnership for the Dragon Army to be, of course, the public-private partnership for defense for the North American collective, for solely mainly defensive purposes of the collective North American civilization, that I'm calling to support the dream first and foremost. Canada, United States, Mexico, United States, Canada, United States, Canada, Mexico, North America. The dream supported with the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. So where's my cup? We're gonna get another cup, and we're gonna explore my yours truly athletic, artistic, activist work, which yours truly has. Maybe we're gonna get even 3 cups of coffee, which yours truly has done, performed online on Facebook during COVID, as least as I have put in my new CV. So proof of my CV, curriculum vitae. Put some honey. That yours truly, Adrian Hanna Dragon, I've put in more spiritual, philosophical, artistic, poetic, athletic, more workouts, more marches in steel-toe boots than the leaders of the free world and NATO combined during COVID. So that is my new CV, curriculum vitae, a new CV coming out during COVID. As you can see, as I'm calling for world peace. Thank you, farmers, for the honey. Thank you for this cup of coffee, which was harvested somewhere in the world, maybe in Colombia, maybe in Brazil, maybe in Latin America, maybe in, of course, Guatemala, maybe somewhere in Africa, maybe somewhere in the Vietnam in Asia, or somewhere in Ethiopia, Uganda, or Ivory Coast in Africa. Thank you for this cup of coffee, as I am willing to ingest it now to give me some energy. I am grateful for today. My rent is paid, my electricity bill is paid, and yours truly has paid the rent, paid the electricity bill, and not only the rent but the electricity bill is paid, and have paid my half due for the internet connection. And if I make $1, I'm gonna give her half to my anonymous sister who's been a family for many years, who's, if I would marry somebody, I would I'd ask her marriage. I asked twice, said no. Maybe when I asked the third time, maybe that's when say yes. In an open BDSM switch, androgynous pansexual marriage. So I'm willingly loving to marry all my willing loving allies and armies on from the mountain Hawkeye to Montreal. Let's get married. Androgynous pansexual marriage. All my allies and armies are family by adoption and marriage. All my willingly loving allies and armies are marriage and by adoption. Our family of the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. For that 93, you know who you are. If not, well, it can be non-sectarian, non-dogmatic. It can be non-dogmatic, non-sectarian, non-dogmatic, blah, 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 tra-la. We're going to check yours truly's. Where is all the work done and performed for Facebook, and we're gonna go on Facebook. Let's see. We got the connection, and oh, I was already online. So we're gonna go to my main page. My main page on Facebook, as you can see, it is Adrian, Hana Dragon, born Adrian H. Dragon, died during COVID, being reborn as your student androgynous pansexual founder. The greatest living LGBTQ millennial dancing poet. Androgynous art founders of Goddess, Dragon, and Phoenix. What did I say? That is Adrian H. Dragon, androgynous pansexual founder of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom. Is putting more work than all the leaders of the free world combined during COVID, and we're gonna rock and roll. See some work here done during COVID. Let's see what I did a post. Gotta read my original post. For that, it's the pin post on Facebook. Yours truly, pin post on Facebook, pin post. First and foremost, make love tonight, brothers and sisters, cause life is fucking short. So allies and armies with consent and hygiene start dancing, kissing, hugging, washing, tickling, massaging, elixirs, rubbing, frizzes, etc., etc., etc. Can show you how. I am learning the art of love from a goddess. I am learning the art of love from a goddess. I, born Adrian H. Dragon, died during COVID and am being reborn as Adrian Hana, Dragon androgynous pansexual founder of the Dancing Goddess and Dragon Kingdom, aka International Supra Integrated States. And I will live every day carpe diem and looking to give and receive LOV. My philosophy is the body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. Love is action, not just blah blah blah. So my allies and armies, spiritual legions, I can give tickles, kisses, rubs, XXX. I will offer all my willingly loving allies and armies, the art family, all the aforementioned willingly loving services. For my allies and armies, services. Offer services to all my willingly loving allies and armies. Whatever services is, kisses, tickles, massages, rubs, poetry, art. I love you. If somebody asks, can I do this? And you can I give you a slap, call your names for world peace? If you're an ally, an army, maybe. Why not? For world peace. Slap my ASS. For world peace, why not? What are you willing to do for world peace? Yes. Pledge your allegiance, legions. I admit I'm broke financially, not poor, rich in dance, workouts, art, rants, poems, songs, philosophy, theory, action, spirituality, love, and God. 718 trillion 156 billion 418 million 93 930,093 kisses, credited with the condition that will willingly loving distribute to all my willingly loving allies and armies. Holy kisses credited from the forgotten goddess which dances with her brother sun. Second, this social media, aka Facebook, now Meta. Pardon. Second, this social media, aka Facebook, now Meta, META. Join me, brother Zuckerberg. For the greater good, for the greater good, for the greater good. This social media, aka Facebook, now Meta account is strictly for business purposes only. Adrian Hana Dragon's business. Adrian Hana Dragon's business. I am an independent artist, activist, athlete, universal spiritual teaching student, world peace advocate, a social, political, financial, and psychosexual theorist, global LGBTQ citizen, underground rapper, yeah, rap for the farmers, butchers, bakers, truckers, yep, a non-sectarian telemite, an androgynous pansexual founder of the Dancing Goddess and Dragon Kingdom, aka International Supra Integrated States, the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom, and the Phoenix People's Body. I'm calling, as you know, from the post on the YouTube. Many past lives, many incarnations. Business for a new world order of peace, international justice, ensuring global freedom, and attaining harmony between civilization and nature via the creation of the two complementary institutions known as the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka the Dragon Army, to be for service and security, aka the Dancing Goddess Army. Third, I'm open for business. Third, I'm open for business. Operating from Hawk Island, Montreal, aka Montreal, my home for many, many, many years, and in a few past lives, so in many ways came back home again. Serving locally on the island and across Canada and North America only for now. Serving locally on the island and across Canada and North America only for now. Serving locally and on the island and across Canada and North America only for now. All services on demand and with consent, understanding, agreement, love, harm, no other principle, and respecting the COVID-19 health and hygienic protocols. This triple vaccinated world LGBTQ citizen is open for business. Is open for business. All donations appreciated. I haven't gotten one donation yet. As of today, 8th of January 2023, I haven't gotten $1 yet donation via PayPal or any private and public sponsorship. As of today, I have not received any public or private donation or sponsorship in whatever shape or form, quantity, not even $1 donation or for a commission for anything yet on the Facebook yet. Maybe tonight is gonna start. Tonight at midnight, by tomorrow, blah 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 blah. If not, well, keep on rocking in the free world. And we all donation appreciated them via PayPal only for the time being. Volunteering for the Dancing Goddess and Dragon Kingdom, PPP, the Phoenix People's Party, Global Dragon Union, or Adrian Hanna Dragon is welcomed, loved, blessed, and supported. Feel free to commission, sponsor, finance, or love a dance, a march, massages, washes, tickles, a workout, a discussion on topics over coffee, tea, drink, or milk, a rant or philosophical video, purchase songs, poems, lyrics, or other creative writing like children's books, etc., etc., etc. Yes, I do write children's books. I've written a few, contacted a few publishers, waiting for the response because they're off for a few, and unfortunately, due to economic, financial, commercial constraints, which some of literally agents are asking, literally agents are asking, it is not always easy for artists and aspiring children's books publishers and writers. I write great children's books, but due to economic, financial, commercial constraints, there's those difficulties which we encounter by debt refusion theory best at this point in time where we're headed. DRT, debt refusion theory. To create the UE. UE stands for Universal Exchange Unit, preferred by biometrics, the hand, the voice, and the eye, unique biometric identifiers, best at this point in time. Etc., etc., etc. All with negotiation, all with love, consent, understanding, and following the COVID-19 health and hygiene protocols for now. All possible services. Certain conditions, terms, restrictions, and rules will apply. Comment, DM, inquire, show love when my official volunteer representative, Retziela Yelwork, my official volunteer representative, Retziela Yelwork, my official volunteer representative, Retziela Yelwork, will direct, respond, comment, or bless you in my name. No spam, personal issues, anti-LGBTQ, anti-trans, anti-Telemic, or anti-Semitic, or other non-related to the aforementioned statement will be taken seriously, be considered, responded to, or endorsed. So I've had people commenting on social media, and, hey, remember from high school, no, I know I graduated high school because I've got I've got a I've got a diploma from high school. I know not far from Montreal. I graduated high school not far from Montreal. Not far from Montreal, graduated high school. But other than that, I don't remember my life outside of Montreal, Hawk Island. My spirituality, I have paradoxically been, as a universal spiritual teaching student, revelations of past lives, incarnation, being in the United States, born twice in past lives, and from ancient Egypt and Babylon and Sumeria, ancient India, a few times, and right here on this island, or as a Quebecer, I am a Quebecer now. In a past life, I was also a Quebecer who helped Louis Cyr push horses on a cart, push horses on a cart in a past life. So I've had a few. So this, if they would have read that, they would have understood that I don't respond to if I to more personal things, and I have a few friends, and which I do sometimes personally respond. If not, it's my official volunteer representative Rachel Ayel work. But like I said, it's not. This is again the statement. So respond director personally, be taken seriously, be considered, responded to, or endorsed. So if somebody have written somebody in other languages and stuff like that, so I'm not I'm not here to make translations or to to, uh, to translate into whatever case maybe probably span. So not related to aforementioned statement. So if it's not related in any way, shape, or form to the aforementioned that I've written on my Facebook, it's not going to be taken seriously. It's not going to be considered. It's not going to be endorsed. So if you Adrian Hunter Dragon's World Peace business at the aforementioned that I said is not going to be no spam, personal issues, anti-LGBTQ, anti-trans, anti-Telemic, or anti-Semitic, or other non-related to the aforementioned statement will be taken seriously, be considered, responded to, or endorsed. You have been warned. So scroll down and see my own created workout called General War Integrated Total Body Training System aka Dragon Army Workout, which I've created and I'm proud to. And try to do it. Check out the dance reels. Listen to the social, political, spiritual, and financial theories discussed in my many videos. Check out the photography. That stated, keep my holy, sacred, and divine name out of your mouths. If it is not for a blessing. Adrian Hanna, Dragon ADRN, HNHDRAGON. Thanks for understanding. I owe nobody nothing. Perhaps one exception. My anonymous sister. Do not turn the other cheek. May I be avenged 11-fold. I fight my own battles. If XYZ or XYZ or XYZ, we can duel, box, freestyle, battle rap, dance battle, etc., etc., etc. I fight my own battles, so I can put on the gloves, can tango, ramble, dance, or fight my own battles if anybody wants to fight one-on-one in a boxing match or whatever it is, in a dancing competition match, in a freestyle, in a philosophical, artistic, poetic way. Feel free. My official volunteer representative might bring it to my attention and will perhaps respond. Thanks. And now, in the French version, we're gonna do a little bit of French. So I have the translation almost not word for word, but in French, of course. So just gonna read it in French. So this is gonna be a little French section because I am Quebecer, North American, Canadian. So as you can see, we're gonna read from in French. Ready? So if you want to skip this part, it's gonna take about 3 minutes. So you might want to forward 3 minutes. You might want to forward 3 minutes. Premièrement, importantement, avec douceur, le poète plus grand de la belle province qui danse vous souhaite santé, amour, et vous invite à soir et tous les soirs à faire l'amour, car la vie est courte. Donc, avec entente mutuelle et avec hygiène, commencez à danser, vous baignez, donnez des massages, embrassez-vous, chatouillez donc, bisous, touchez-y, riez-y, aimez. Deuxièmement, mes chers Québécois et Québécoises, mon ordinateur fonctionne pas bien pour mettre les accents, donc pardon. Mais mon message principal pour mes concitoyens de la belle province arc-en-ciel comme moi ou pas, mais au moins alliés de ma communauté LGBTQ, vous êtes prêts? Mon message principal pour la belle province sera toujours, et comme il l'était dans une autre vie quand j'étais né ici, sur l'île de Montréal, dans une autre vie, et proche d'où j'ai embarqué 3 chevaux avec Louis Cyr dans cette vie. Dans cette vie. 3 chevaux avec Louis Cyr dans cette vie, dans une espèce de bagnole loin écarté des inventions d'Armand Bombardier. Bon, en direct de l'île de Montréal, ma ville, depuis ben des années, mon message était et sera celui-là. Québécois et Québécoises, chers habitants de la belle province, faites l'amour à soir, tabarnak. Comme une chanson rock inspirée de Sans Montagne Royal en hiver quand j'ai vu des ados se donner amour. Troisièmement, cela n'est pas vraiment une traduction mot par mot de ce que j'ai écrit en haut, mais parallèlement. Je vous invite, moi Adrien Québécois, le poète arc-en-ciel le plus grand de la belle province qui danse. Je suis un artiste, athlète, activiste, poète, danseur, philosophe, comédien, humoriste, un peu en amour et à moitié satirique, prêt pour les affaires. Là, j'écris ça depuis mes idées pour Bon Cop, Bad Cop 3 me viennent en tête où j'aurai un petit rôle d'un patron d'un bar after hours dans le village gay nommé l'Empire de la déesse qui danse avec le dragon. voici voici l'idée pour la scène. Une petite scène au Conferro. Martin Ward et Patrick Huard, David Bouchard rentrent pour me demander pourquoi un si long nom. Il y a des danseurs et danseuses habillés en rouge, vert et arc-en-ciel partout. Des dragons, lions, serpents et aigles sur les murs. Et ils viennent demander pour moi le patron. J'arrive après quelques secondes. Je suis habillé en habit rouge de prêtresse avec un dragon vert dessus et un bâton arc-en-ciel. Je les invite à une table. Ils demandent un café. Ils me demandent, après que je leur dis, comment peux-vous vous aider, mes chers? Ils me demandent, pourquoi un si long nom et pourquoi ce nom? Je leur réponds, ah, cette question n'a pas de réponse. Ils insistent, je leur dis, il faut le voir pour le croire. Les deux sont un peu perplexes. Je leur demande s'ils veulent le voir. Ils disent, oui, absolument. Je claque 3 fois les mains fort et fais un cercle avec mon bâton. La piste de danse se dégage, les bons surfs font un cercle et Céline Dion commence à chanter ce speaker. Je vais au centre de la piste de danse et commence à danser. À danser, danser, danser. Ils sont hypnotisés quasiment. Je reviens et leur demande. Donc, ça vous répond-tu à votre petite question? Ah ouais, wow. Ils applaudissent. Oui, merci. Ils donnent un bon comme il le faut pour boire et ils s'en vont dehors. Mike Ward, joué par Colm Farrow, dit Never seen anything like that in Toronto. Et David Bouchard, joué par Patrick Huard, lui répond Tu es sur l'île de Montréal, chum. Et ça, c'est notre plus grand poète qui danse la belle province. Une scène, peut-être de 3, 4 à 7 minutes, peut être 8, pas plus. Pas plus. Donc, blablabla, la la la, gênez-vous pas. Pour des commissions de travail offre ou amour, vous êtes bienvenus. Faites-moi pas chier, par exemple, avec du spam, des fraudes, des propos haineux ou autre chose. J'ai pas encore bloqué une personne sur les réseaux sociaux, mais tu pourrais être le premier ou la première. Avec cela dit, merci de votre collaboration et votre affaire. Et amour est important, je vous aime. Faites l'amour après avoir lu celle-là. And that was the French, and one of the interesting parts is, of course, that neither myself or although it has come to my attention several times, but it's like spam, but officially, yours truly, Adrian Hanna Dragon, and I take pride in that on social media. I've never blocked anybody on social media yet. I have never blocked anybody on social media yet. I have never blocked anybody on social media yet. This was my post for the Canadians yesterday when they won. And this was my post from the march yesterday, which was a 4 hour, 3 minutes march as I do marching from my underground room off Sun Temple for the Dragon's Lair. I marched to the mountain, which is about 7.7 kilometers from the Dragon's Lair to the mountain. This is about 7.7 kilometers. And another march 2 days ago. That was yesterday. This was another march 2 days ago. So for the march, so we're gonna go down. Then my gratitude for the food. Then I'm just gonna go down, and you're gonna see. They keep it like this, and we're gonna go from the boxing. I'm gonna go the boxing, boxing event, which of course you can also find. So that was 2 days ago. So just gonna go down and just gonna show This was a Happy New Year's. My coffee first, the philosophical part 3 of what I call the privilege of civilization, which you can call, of course, which you can see also on the YouTube, which I have, of course, part of the YouTube. And this is also another boxing, which the full video is also on the session. So you see a lot of workout. A lot of the workout training that are on Facebook are also on YouTube, like this coffee sessions when I drink coffee and philosophize. So this has been Coffee with Dragon. This is not on you. This is not on you on minor CDs. This is your studio special art that I did as an independent athlete and artist. Hobby for rock and rap. So I present a main drawing art. So my main drawing art, I want people to guess whether it is a. See? So that was yours truly main drawing art when I've rock and roll drawing my main. This was another boxing. The boxing is of course on YouTube as well. So now we're just gonna go down and see boxing and marching and another cup of coffee with yours truly Dragon. This has been Coffee. Happy New Year's, the first philosophical, artistic, mystical, and Coffee with Dragon session. This Coffee with Dragon sessions, which I discuss my philosophies, theories, and of course scholarly, academic philosophies and theories and analysis, whether geopolitical, social, cultural, whatever the case may be, financial, economic, commercial, or of course artistic. You can see them there, and you can see this one. And this one is of course also on YouTube. So I'm just gonna scroll down now. We're gonna go just scroll down, see all the work that I did, documented the Facebook for. So for the next minutes or so, we're just gonna scroll down and account of my Facebook account while I'm gonna sip on the coffee. So ready, set, hot, hot, hot. Take a bath, take a bath, take a bath for hygiene, for public hygiene. Those are that's Agent Hannah Dragon's Facebook. That is Agent Hannah Dragon's Facebook. That is Agent Hannah Dragon's Facebook. Art, philosophy, working out, training and exercising, marching, marching, marching. Pictures of my Pope the Sun, pictures of my Pope the Sun, pictures of my Pope the Sun. Art. You want to hear this? Yeah, baby, you trying to go up, up. You had enough of the bottom. You had enough of the bottom, yeah. Rap, rap.
Priestess of the goddess, they don't like it, but goddess, yeah, she rises. Goddess for that DGA. Dancing goddess army, priestess, yep, HANAAH. Throw that H, throw that DGA. There you go, you made it from the bottom, crawling from the bottom. Spider, yep, we fall, but rocking, and up we try again. Twerk, work. Kiss, kiss and hug, we made it, goddess dethroned that pop and choke up in the lollipop and suck a cuff for world peace, yep. Twerk it off for world peace when you priestess goddess rainbow, when you're going higher up and higher, yep, they lie as they the selfish, what up, put them call marks on the bitch and switch up in the leash, shh. Scarlet bitch, put your fist up for the dancing goddess, why they so selfish? Bitch, triple cheerleader, sorry, NFL quarterback, this quarterback, please, on my ass, please, on my ass, she's got that booty, yo, they please her, squeeze up in the wine and get drunk for world peace. I say unleash the beast. We don't tame on lollipops and squeezing dicks and clits and licks and kiss and freeze and dips and roll up blunts and squeeze them, please. Lolly in the circle, freeze for the goddess on their knees, leash, BDSM switch.
Wow, wow, wow. Gotta play that again. Play again. This is Goddess
Yeah, baby,
Priestess.
you trying to go up, up. You had enough of the bottom. You had enough of the bottom, yeah. Priestess of the goddess, they don't like it, but goddess, yeah, she rises. Goddess for that DGA. Dancing goddess on me. Priestess, yep, HANAAH. Throw that H, throw that DGA. There you go, you made it from the bottom. Crawling from the bottom. Spider, yep, we fall, but rocking, and up we try again. Twerk, work. Kiss, kiss and hug, we made it, goddess dethroned that pop and choke up in the lollipop and suck a cuff for world peace, yep. Twerk it off for world peace when you priestess goddess rainbow, when you're going higher up and higher, yep, they lie as they the selfish, what up, put them call marks on the bitch and switch up in the leash, shh. Scarlet bitch, put your fist up for the dancing goddess, why they so selfish? Bitch, triple cheerleader, sorry, NFL quarterback, this quarterback, please, on my ass, please, on my ass, she's got that booty, yo, they please her, squeeze up in the wine and get drunk for world peace. I say unleash the beast. We don't tame on lollipops and squeezing dicks and clits and licks and kiss and freeze and dips and roll up blunts and squeeze them, please. Lolly in the circle, freeze for the goddess on their knees, leash, BDSM switch.
Wow. Gotta play that again.
Yeah, baby, you trying to go up, up. You had enough of the bottom. You had enough of the bottom, yeah. Priestess of the goddess, they don't like it, but goddess, yeah, she rises. Goddess for that DGA. Dancing goddess army. Priestess, yep, HANAAH. Throw that H, throw that DGA. There you go, you made it from the bottom, crawling from the bottom. Spider, yep, we fall, but rocking, and up we try again. Twerk, work. Kiss, kiss and hug, we made it, goddess dethroned that pop and choke up in the lollipop and suck a cuff for world peace, yep. Twerk it off for world peace when you priestess goddess rainbow, when you're going higher up and higher, yep, they lie as they the selfish, what up, put them call marks on the bitch and switch up in the leash, shh. Scarlet bitch, put your fist up for the dancing goddess, why they so selfish? Bitch, triple cheerleader, sorry, NFL quarterback, this quarterback, please, on my ass, please, on my ass, she's got that booty, yo, they please her, squeeze up in the wine and get drunk for world peace. I say unleash the beast. We don't tame on lollipops and squeezing dicks and clits and licks and kiss and freeze and dips and roll up blunts and squeeze them, please. Lolly in the circle, freeze for the goddess on their knees, leash, BDSM switch.
Wow. That was Goddess Blessed Channel Dart. I was posting on Facebook as it was done with my iPhone, so we continue scrolling down. So that was I love you. Check out the Holy Spider Rises song event. Early this morning, Priestess Hannah channeled holy rap and rock and roll song lyrics for the Dancing Goddess Army to sing, dance, work out, or love to. I love you. Check out the Holy Spider. So that was the Holy Spider dance channeled by yours truly, Priestess of the GODDSS, Priestess Hannah, which yours truly is. Both with the dragon captain of the dragon army and the priestess general of the DJ dancing goddess army, Adrian Hannah Dragon, androgynous pansexual founder of the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. So we're gonna go rock and roll. We are going to go rock and roll. I present, and that is another one I present, and we are going to go rock and roll down. And we're gonna scroll and go to SecD. I present Let's Save the World Together by securing, renewing, ensuring of liberty, sharing, prosperity, and joy of the complex of North American civilization, the complex of North American civilization, the complex of North American civilization. This cup of coffee is, of course, also here. That's another victory for another march, which yours truly did, another march there. And we're gonna get another cup of coffee and we're gonna rock and roll and continue. Just gonna get another cup of coffee and then we're just gonna scroll down as we are going through the third cup of coffee. And we're gonna scroll down for D. Just gonna put some honey. And now we're just gonna scroll down to about we're gonna try to go until pre-COVID. So, well, let's try to go until pre-COVID. Or about the beginning of COVID when I had it. There we go. And we're gonna scroll down. This is gonna be marches, songs, or other, whatever the case may be. So we're gonna start scrolling down. Marching on the march. Cup of coffee, philosophy and theory. Cup of coffee with theory and philosophy. Workouts. Winter related art, sports, posts. Marching posts. March. On the march with all the marches for world peace. My trademark. Dancing, world peace, dancing march arts. Montreal Hawk Island post arts. Pope the Sun, my Pope the Sun, my Pope the Sun, who now rises and now sets. Some when I did produce some wine. Well, actually not wine, grape juice makes me think. I have some grape juice. Full moon. Marches, art. Priestess of the goddess, art. Dancing goddess, art, DGA. Marches, dragon army, dancing goddess. Let's see, food. Post about food, posts working out. Working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice, as I believe it is for many, have been, am, and will call for the mass financing thereof. Marches, posts. Cooking posts, love to cook. Thank you, farmers, because everybody got to eat, even Wall Street. Cooking posts. Getting wild grapes. Sunsets or sunrise, I love both. They all red in rising, red in setting. Some pictures of yours truly. Adrian Hanna, dragon, androgynous, pansexual, founder of the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. Boxing, some boxing. I think this one, the full video is available on YouTube. Beautiful sun. I believe this is sunset. So I love taking pictures of nature and civilization. Another workout, dragon workout. This one is on YouTube. All my workouts live stream on Facebook are also on YouTube. Dragon workout, working out, training and exercising. Encourage all to work out, to train and to exercise. Invest in the body. The body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. Another workout, special dragon workout. Post about sun, my Pope. Marches, on the marches I take pictures of the sun, of nature, of civilization, of buildings. These are my Facebook posts on my Facebook, which is my business also. Nothing personal. Supposedly representing my business and cooking. I love cooking, amateur cook. A full cooking session. I think this one is supposed to be.
Good morning, bonjour, bon matin, bon après-midi. When are you gonna listen to this? In the future, maybe today, later on, after I post it, peut-être aujourd'hui, après que je poste. Premièrement, avec consentement, donnez-vous un câlin comme jamais auparavant vous l'avez fait. First and foremost, with consent, give yourselves a hug like you never hugged before is the main message to all my willing living allies and armies.
Just gonna post this on my
killing living allies and armies that your legions. The founder of the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, which I'm founding with 718 trillions of kisses. Faites les gens, mes alliés visaient les armées. Le fondateur, votre dragon arc-en-ciel qui fonde le royaume de la déesse qui danse avec le dragon arc-en-ciel. Je fonde ce royaume avec 718 milliards de bisous. C'est ça que j'en ai. Premièrement, merci aux familles de l'appel.
So we're gonna keep on going down. This one is posted on the YouTube.
Les Canadiens multimillionnaires, il faut qu'on mange.
Posts, marching posts, marching dance arts, snow removal, cleaning snow, working out, stretching or boxing, philosophizing, dancing. This one is a full video, of course, available, my dancings. NASA, go, Artemis, Artemis, Artemis. Boxing, boxing, boxing. Philosophizing. Dancing. Another dance. Another dance. These ones are, of course, on Facebook, as they are on YouTube. Yours truly dancing, cleaning with the broomstick. Cooking those wild, cooking. Working out, boxing, working out, taking a bath, hygiene, clean, working out, training, exercising, dancing, marching, working out, training, exercising, philosophizing, theorizing, coffee with your study dragon sessions. Philosophizing, working out, training, exercising, working out, training, and exercising, philosophizing. Working out, training, and exercising, dancing. Special dance. philosophizing, working out, food posts, dancing, dancing, dancing. Coffee wood, dragon, philosophical, artistic, poetic sessions. Video on YouTube. Coffee with Dragon philosophical sessions. Working out, training, and exercising. Working out, training, and exercising. So lots of workouts. Hey? Lots of workouts and dancing. Dancing, dancing. Philosophize dance. Coffee with Dragon. Working out sessions. See, I'm going down time. This is, I'm going down is back in time, sort of back in time. When I'm going, of course, down, it's like scrolling back in time, right? It's a workout special with barrels of water. It's 9/11 commemoration. Dancing.